was hoping I get that. Grades number one. I want to make sure that people do really, really well academically, and that always makes everybody's life easier, especially as a coach. Character. I want to make sure they're nice people, good people that really, really want to walk in the room and work with. They don't want my kids around. They have a family that goes from 16 to 9 years old, and I want to make sure that there's somebody that represents the program well. I have a no drug, no drinking policy. If you come to my program, you take a hit off a joint, you are absolutely done. If you come to my program, you drink, you're absolutely done. And that's how everybody, it started at American University. I said, if I ever had my own program, because I've been a part of teams sometimes, we didn't quite win the national title, we were second, we were third, and it seemed like there was always a group that wasn't as serious as about some of the guys that were scoring a lot of the points, and a lot of that came down to their lifestyle. So I said, well, if I have my own program, I'm really going to push this lifestyle thing, make sure they're eating right, make sure they're not drinking, not doing drugs, and sure enough, it's worked out great. I mean, I've gotten rid of people for, I tell them, don't come here and ruin your career. If you're going to drink and you're going to do drugs, you're in the wrong program. So that's what I'm looking for, but and again, somebody's going to walk out on the mat and just destroy whoever they're going to wrestle and just come off and be a super, super nice person. That's what I'm looking for. And I don't know many national champs or All-Americans that aren't really nice people. This sport takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to be successful, but it's not as hard sometimes as people think. I mean, during the season, you got to work, but if you just get in the room every day and do something and roll around and familiarize yourself more with technique, you can be great. It doesn't have to be, and I think that's why it's hard to get people sometimes to train in the off season. Really, there is no off season if you want to be great. To train in 12 months, you just come in and just roll around and work on little technical things, right? That's what we're looking for. Now, with that said, when you walk in the room, you put school on the shelf. Put it on the shelf, don't think about it. When you walk out of the room, you put wrestling on the shelf, because you want to drive yourself crazy thinking about wrestling, right? Overthinking things, and you just have to have balance in your life. And so, when they walk in the room, they think, geez, that's all this guy cares about, right? Is winning, and I do. I want to win. I'm in a program right now. We've won 2 duels in the last 2 years, 2 meets, and I lose sleep over it still. But I know it's not going to happen forever, because we're working, we're recruiting, and all of a sudden, boom, we're going to get there. Like when we were at American, we were the worst program in the country, and now last year we were the worst team in the country at Presbyterian, like as far as wins and losses go. But at American, all of a sudden, boom, we rise. We're a top 20 team for about 4 years, and then we take 11th, and we take 5th in the country, and we keep doing well. But I said, guys, just keep recruiting the right kids. And a lot of times we unfortunately lose kids because of lifestyle. Because I was serious about it, and everybody's like, are you crazy? No, stay with me on this. And all of a sudden, we did really well just with good kids. So. Just to try to get balance, because they're on their own now, right? They're on their own, and they have to try to stay as structured as possible. But being on their own and trying to stay organized and everything, and particularly with kids that a lot of parents have done a lot for them, it's difficult for them to come. Sometimes homesickness a little bit, although we do a lot of team bonding things so they don't get homesick, but really just keeping that balance. That's why I really look for the good students, because if they were engaged in high school and they worked really, really hard, then I know that they're going to come there and they'll be, it's a lot easier adjustment for them. Even though I've got kids from California on my team. I've got kids from all over the country. Like I said, I got a couple of New York, a couple of Pennsylvania kids, and we're recruiting nationwide. And right now, everyone's doing great, because we took on that challenge of making sure that we do a lot of team bonding things. We also do a lot of community service. Yesterday, a buddy of mine just retired from the FBI, and he's got some great stories. He wrestled with me in college, and then he went and played football for the Patriots. He got a ring, and get this, they came in with a combine, and they were trying to get some football players from the team. He was the only wrestler that showed up, never played lick of football in college. He's the only one they took, because of his work ethic, and again, he did a great job. So now he goes to the FBI, works in Chicago for years, got some great stories to tell. Now he's down there helping us out, volunteering for our program, and so yesterday he had an FBI fitness test that he did with everybody. And then he took them over to an orphanage that we have in town and did some community service project with them. So, like I said, we try to keep them engaged. But to answer your question, the homesickness and sometimes having trouble balancing out. Now, with that said, our GPA is great. Our overall team GPA on the men's side is very high. Everybody carries over 3.0. It's the same thing on the women's side. We've had several academic All-Americans so far, so excited about it.
On the body.
What's that?
How taxing is a D1 wrestling season on
It
the
depends
body?
on what they do in the summertime. If I have people that work out year-round, they'll come out and they'll come and never get injured. If I have people that take a month or two off and don't do anything and have not a good lifestyle, because it's hard for me to keep an eye on the lifestyle thing when I'm not there 24/7, and they come in, I can usually tell. We have a big long set of chairs over here, and then we have some bikes, some Airdyne bikes over here. I can usually tell at the beginning of the year who's going to end up on both, and that's the thing. If you keep yourself in shape and you eat right, 99% of getting in shape is eating right. 99% of getting in shape is eating right. We have a nutritionist that's great, and we make sure that they really stay on our team about eating right. It's amazing how eating bad affects your body. It's just crazy. And we never talked about it. I don't know if did you guys ever talk about it in college? Did you guys ever, we never talked about nutrition. All of a sudden, everybody tells me, oh man, we're so much tougher than those guys were, than they are now. I don't know. Well, he's probably could compete today, but I don't know if I could, because it's technically they're a lot different. They're a lot stronger now because everybody's studying nutrition and eating right and putting on muscle. So that's really important part of it, is just keeping yourself in shape year round and making sure you're eating right.